Well, a very, very good afternoon to you from the Roar Charging Stadium here on the outskirts of Oxford. Let me introduce Ian and get his thoughts really on what we can expect from this Woking side this afternoon.
I missed last week's very disappointing result. I think Woking, there have been some good performances. Just talking to a few people before the game, good performances in recent weeks. I think Bromley, Eastleigh away, obviously, which was a win. And, signs that Woking certainly can hold their own.
Cut out there, aimed at Morgan Williams, but couldn't quite get to him. And on come Oxford City. Ollie Sanderson is on the ball, and that's a really good tackle there by Cuthbert. Stuck his leg out and managed to just intercept it. And Woking looking very much on top as one of the Oxford City players is now down holding his ankle, but it goes out to the left-hand side. Denon Lewis has it right-footed on the left-hand side. He's going to drift it inside, cuts inside to the edge of the area, right on the edge. He takes a shot, and it just goes wide on the left-hand side of the goal. But it started to open up for him. He's not afraid to shoot, and that's a good sign from a Woking perspective early doors here.
Forward, as we see there. Very aggressive, aren't they, in the tackle?
They read it so well as well. Casey read that move very, very early on. He was moving before the pass was played. Greg Taylor's now chasing after this one. The ball's put forward. He plays it back to Will Jääskeläinen, takes one touch, or maybe too much of a heavy touch, and in fact it is a heavy touch. He's lost the ball. Greg Taylor now trying to close the space. There's no goalkeeper in the goal, and the shot's about to come in. One turn, two turns, and the shot has come in. And it's Zach McEachran there, and that was all down to Woking's undoing. Wow. The ball was played back by Greg Taylor to the goalkeeper, took a touch, didn't get the touch as he wanted, and then it was a real mess, them trying to get the ball back, but in that moment, it was played to McEachran. He took one touch, turned his man, put the ball in, the shot in there, and it did come off the head of the Woking player, but it will go down, I'm pretty sure, as a Zach McEachran goal. 1-0 here to Oxford City in the 14th minute.
Yeah, and as you say, that really came from, it was a Woking shooting themselves in the foot.
Jenkins, the manager of Oxford City, who'll be the happiest of the two. Darren Saul, familiar posture really in his technical area, standing there with his hands in his pockets watching on, and the cross comes in. Woking have an opportunity, it's fallen again, and it gets turned in. I think it came off of Reece Brown, but the flag has gone up on the far side. I think that ball was going into the back of the net, I think, from Amund there, Ian, but I think that Reece Brown was in an offside position and he took a touch on it, and I'm not sure from where I'm sitting here. I'm pretty sure had he not touched that would be a goal.
I would love to see it anyway. I mean, we weren't level, but it looked to me like Reece Brown was behind the defenders when he came in and tapped it in.
If only we had a replay here, but it's been chalked off, that one. I think when the ball came through to Amund, well, he was certainly onside when he took one touch, but well, we'll have to see if we can find a replay. I know Ian's looking over his shoulder to find the computer screen right now that might have that on, but let's have a look here on the left-hand side.
The word was a well-worked goal.
And again, they closed down the space, and Amund there, well, closed down on Bycroft, who turned Amund. Brilliantly done, in fact, by the goalkeeper, but here they come, Oxford City. A shot from the edge of the area, and it did flick off, didn't it? It just flicked off Morgan Williams' foot, but the keeper got down well, and Jääskeläinen claims it. Went straight into his hands.
Yeah.
The referee having a little word with a few of the players for grabbing shirts. In comes a free kick then from Humphrey Ewers, and cleared away, front stick, and then the shot comes in, and it just sails wide, bouncing a couple of times before it went.
Yeah, well defended there by Woking. I think it was Josh Casey got his head to it first.
On the left-hand side now. And Denon Lewis has it on the left-hand side. He brings it forward, right-footed. Oh, that was a terrible pass from Denon Lewis. I don't know how he didn't see his man, but Rowan Ince tries to close him down. On come Oxford City, and they tuck it into the back of the net. And Ollie Sanderson there has put Oxford City 2-0 up now. And again, it was down to Woking's own undoing. Denon Lewis put the ball across to Rowan Ince, but there was a man in between. How he didn't see him in, I do not know. And then Oxford City, they really did spring that counter very, very quickly, playing the ball through. The Woking line was moving up, they were moving the opposite direction, and Ollie Sanderson, well, he was on his own, and he just slotted it past the goalkeeper. Very nicely taken goal. Pitch a fair bit, Humphrey Ewers seems to have free rein to go wherever he wants. Plays it right to Moore. Inside the Woking half now, he still drifts further inside, plays it to the left. It's one touch, two touches, played back to him now. Onto the edge of the area, and in comes a shot. Oh, no, he hasn't played it right then. to Coyle, and the ball was flicked in and then flicked over the crossbar just there.
Yeah, and I mean, Coyle and Tafari Moore have been excellent, I think, this half, and they're, buzzing around.
Nicely done there from a Woking point of view. Dan Moss brings it forward, plays it to Brown, tucks it inside, and another misplaced pass from Woking. It's a telegraph move, and every time Oxford City are reading these little passes, it was a nice idea, just not enough meat on the pass at all, as on comes McEachran once again, and they've got some space on the edge of the area, drifts inside, left-footed across the goal, and it's come to the back stick, and Jääskeläinen puts that one wide from almost absolutely nothing. Lewis Coyle came in, drifting in on the back stick there, forcing the save from Will Jääskeläinen. Once again, Ian, Woking are the architects of their own downfall. And here they come once more. On the left-hand side, Ammond with it, left-footed and straight onto the head of the Oxford City defender who's on the penalty spot. And on they come once again, and Ince just there, put out a foot, almost trying to trip the player, very lazy, to the edge of the area. Here comes a shot, and it's side netting. That was almost a net-busting shot from Ollie Sanderson, but it went wide into the side netting once again. But a counter-attack by Oxford City from a real strong Woking attack there.
And really, the counter-attack came just running through midfield.
Well, in comes the corner kick to Oxford City, right-footed. In it comes, in swinger, and Jääskeläinen punches with his right hand. And then the shot came back in again, cleared off the line, and Oxford City come again. That was a really big chance, a big save from Jääskeläinen first of all. And now, well, the far side Pavey is calling for it. Up it goes. Rowan Ince is also one of the targets up there, and Cuthbert. Cuthbert wins the header, it comes down, and it's a chance, and it's in the back of the net, and it is Ammond who scores the goal. Wow. What a fantastic goal there from Woking. They're back in this one, 2-1.
Yeah, no, that really sets it up and will lift Woking for this last 20 minutes. But the ball, Scott Cuthbert.
And they looked to try and slow it down a little bit. They could have tried to counter, but rather than busting forwards, they're holding on to the ball once again. But Woking, as they were doing early doors in the first half, closing down the space a little bit quicker, trying to rush Oxford City. And they look up, the pass put forward to Gregor Cox. He takes one touch. They still have it, Gregor Cox. He puts it to the right-hand side. Oh, and it goes to Williams now on the edge of the area. He turns to his right-hand side, the shot's put in, the cross is put in, and the keeper just, I thought, got his hand to it, but it goes over the crossbar just there. The keeper didn't need to get his hand to it, Bycroft, but my word, Woking are asking questions of this Oxford City defence. His normal position, Rennie Smith, he's just trying to keep abreast of the defensive areas, but in come Woking, and it's Ince who sends the ball north, but it doesn't really go to any particular target, and now Cuthbert's chasing after this, and out comes Jääskeläinen, who puts a head on it, and oh my word, it's come to Parker, and Parker slides it into the back of the net, and well, another mistake from from Woking have allowed Oxford City to get back into this one, really controlling it, and the ball came back. Jääskeläinen already headed the ball, and he headed it absolutely nowhere, and Parker managed to read it, got his foot to it, and just slotted it in from the edge of the area. And here we are in the 90th minute now, and it's Oxford City 3, Woking 1.
We're probably
we're 5 into it,
nearly 5 into that, and there'll be a hope.
Oh, and a powerful shot just there by Zach McEachran, and Will Jääskeläinen managed to save it. He spilt it, but managed to grab it at a second attempt. We're hearing it's full time at the EBB. Let's find out what the score was. Rob. In comes a corner, no, a shot. No, it's, oh my God, this, we got my words. A crossing came from the left-hand side. It came to Rowan Ince, who took a shot and cleared away. He's taken another shot over the crossbar this time. Just couldn't get it. The first shot was pretty good, actually. Ref calls for another ball.
Yeah, and that was Alfie Paver there, really good. Long ball to the far post, and he headed it back. For the reasons, defensive lapses, mistakes made by the odd person here and there. And when they get the chances, ends up in the hands of Jack Bycroft, the goalkeeper for Oxford City, signed on loan from Southampton just the other day, making his Oxford City debut. Now to Taylor.
And they're just playing the ball around the edge of the area now, Woking. Rather than getting the shot off, it's come to Cuthbert on the edge of the area. He now plays it back to Casey on the left-hand side. He looks up, plays it onto the penalty spot. Ince was a target man, and it's ended up in the back of the net, and it's Ammond who scores it. Almost from absolutely nothing. The 100th minute here. It is now Oxford City 3, Woking 2, and I don't think any of the Woking players thought that was actually a goal. They all looked very, very nervous at the linesman, but it went in, it stayed in, and it is Oxford City 3, Woking 2.
Yeah, it was a ball in, Ammond at the far post, running in. Everybody, I think, including ourselves, looked at the far post, and but really, there's really very little time. There we go.
And the referee blows the whistle here. The last kick almost was a ghosting run from Ammond at the back stick to score a second goal for him, a second goal for Woking.
Well, if ever a game is, it's not just one shot in the foot, but 3 shots in the foot, really, that have given that game to Oxford City.